Hi, I'm Roy, and this is a series introduction into creating some terrains in Unity specifically for use in games. I'm not doing it to get sort of advertising revenue from YouTube. I'm doing it for a number of reasons. One, it helps me learn stuff if I keep repeatedly doing it over and over again. And two, some of the assets I've bought from the Unity Asset Store are really good, and I want to give these sort of asset developers a sort of a user perspective on what it's like for a thickie like me to work with their products. And also I want to help uh, promote good assets on the asset store, because these guys work really hard on them. They do fantastic support, and often you'll get an idiot give them a 1 star or a poor review because they don't know what they're doing. Anyway, that's enough babbling. Well, who am I and what am I doing? As mad as it sounds, I'm going to make a game all on my own, which is probably impossible, but I like doing it, and there's some really nice assets that can help. So seeing as it's so impossible, I might as well aim high, and I'm going to make a first-person multiplayer open world game. And for that we're going to need a terrain, and that's what these videos is about making terrains. So I'm going to be using World Machine to create the initial height map and other maps, like sort of splat maps, flow maps, ambient occlusion maps, all that sort of stuff. Sounds like I know what I'm doing, but I don't. We're also going to be using Terrain Composer, which is here on the asset store by Nathaniel Dollerson, which I purchased a couple of days ago. I'm struggling with it, but only because I'm thick. And we're going to be using AFS, Advanced Foliage Shader, from the asset store, which I can't, let me click it on here. AFS. I've played about with this for a while. Very impressive. And I've used stuff by Force before. I think I buy everything that he makes. It's really good quality. The main feature that I'm interested in is how it transitions between the model and the billboard, which is solved. You may have seen where people had placed trees, and as you walk towards them they're moving and straightening up. It's solved that problem. That's the main reason, but there's all sorts of other reasons. They're more efficient, they use less draw calls, they look better, they've got all sorts of features. So you know, I'm definitely using that asset, no question. I'm going to use this RTP Relief Train Pack because everyone's recommended it. I've had a play with it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. The main reason for doing that, there's a couple of reasons. One is I think it's more efficient. Two, it reduces the tiling effect on textures at distance, and that's important for me because I hate fog, and I have no intention of having fog in my game. I think people use it to cover up crap. So I always turn fog off and deal with the problems. Also, I haven't played with it yet, but it's got a terrain hole system, and I'd quite like to do some caves, and I just don't want to create a cave model and plonk it on top of my terrain. It looks really interesting, so I got that. I think it seems okay. I've worked with it a little bit, and it looks fantastic. The documentation's quite good, so yeah, we're using that. And to complicate the issue, I'm going to be using, if this asset store will work for me, Unistorm. I understand this is going to add a lot of complexity because it's got the lighting is constantly changing, the shadows are moving across the ground. There's quite a few reasons, but it's I want a day-night cycle, and this provides me with that, and sunrises, sunsets. I think it's important for my gameplay. The other asset I'm going to use in this series, which I wanted to I want to do a mention, is I got some palm trees. Find them. I do apologise for not being able to pronounce these people's names. Yeah, that guy. And he'd got a couple of reviews on here which were, they were okay, but they were saying, oh, we can't paint these, we can't paint them using the Unity paint tutorial, and the reason you can't paint them is because they're not straight up, they're not designed to be painted. These would all just look weird if you painted them on terrain. They're specifically designed to be placed manually. That's what I think, anyway. So anyway, I'm going to. I'm so impressed by those trees. I looked at all the other stuff. It's so much free stuff, but one of the things I'm interested in is he does some underwater plants, and it's got some sort of caustic effect going on. And I'm thinking, I'm doing an island. I'm going to need this at some point, so I'm going to be using more and more stuff from this guy. So anyway, that's the series introduction. In the next video, I'm going to upload one which is sort of showing you how far I've got so far, and then we'll take it from there. Thanks for listening.